Welcome back to Ride and Glide Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at the Inmotion L9, a 500 watt scooter packed with a host of amazing features. So we made it up the 34-degree hill. This is the hill we always test the scooters on. Inmotion say that it goes up to about 30 degrees, this scooter. Well actually, this has improved on that at 34, but we were going about 1 or 2 miles an hour at the end there, so it's not exactly fun going uphill at that speed. But I'm surprised a 500 watt scooter could make that, so pretty impressed. So, we're just out and about testing the Inmotion L9. We found the perfect spot to test its suspension and waterproofing, two of the biggest features that Inmotion have added to this scooter. So taking a look at the spec of the L9, we'll start down at the bottom with the 10 by 2 inch tyres. We've got these front and back and they're pneumatic, which makes a really comfortable ride. Housed within the tyre is the motor. This is a front wheel drive scooter and it's 500 watts. Moving out from the motor, you can see we've got the mudguard here, the 2 reflectors one either side, and that is housed just in front of the suspension. So we've got dual front suspension. Moving back, we come to the deck. We've got a 7-inch wide deck here, so really wide and stable, wider than their last model, which was the L8F. This is to give extra grip and more stability when riding. Housed within the deck is the very large 675 watt-hour battery. Inmotion claim that this can give you a range of up to 60 miles on one charge, so very, very large battery for a scooter of this size. Now, to charge that battery can take quite some time, 7.2 hours with one charger, but Inmotion have added the 2 charge ports here on the side, so you can double charge it, bringing that right down to 3.6 hours for a full charge. Also housed within the deck is the controller. Now, something that Inmotion have done on the L9 is waterproof their major components. This is a massive factor for any scooter in any country, but we're in the UK where it rains a lot. So what they've done, they've given the battery an IPX7 rating, the controller an IPX6 rating, the body an IP55 rating, and the dash where you control the scooter an IPX6 rating as well. These are very high waterproofing levels, and we're going to push this scooter today, test it out, and really throw a lot of water at it to see if it can handle it. But on the surface, that is an amazing feature for this country. You can also see on the deck here the underlighting. This has got 2 blue LED strips, one this side and one this side. Now, the really interesting feature that Inmotion have added to this scooter is clever indication. So as you lean that way, the indicator comes on. As you lean this way, the indicator comes on this way. Really, really good feature, very useful, and also adds a safety aspect to let people know when you're going to turn. So a very clever little bit of innovation that Inmotion have added there. Moving towards the back of the scooter, in addition to the 2 front fork suspension, we have 2 springs underneath the scooter at the back, giving a nice relaxed feel for all those bumps, cushioning you as you go along, making the ride really comfortable. Moving up onto the rear fender, you can see it's moulded around here, really long, so it's going to stop all the muck flicking up onto you. There's a reflector on either side, and then right at the back you can see the rear light, which also couples as the brake light. So when the brakes are applied, The light intensifies, letting anyone behind you know that you're going to be slowing down or stopping. In addition to the rear brake, we also have an electronic brake. So the motor itself brakes, which is regenerative, and that adds. So we've got the rear mechanical disc brake, as you can see here, coupled with the electromagnetic brake at the front. That allows you to stop even from speeds of around 18 miles an hour, which this scooter can do, very, very quickly. Down below the rear light, you can see they left an area here for a license plate if you need one. You can also see the 10x2 tyres, the same as the front. These are pneumatic as well. The tyres, coupled with the suspension and the nice wide deck, make the ride really, really comfortable. One really nice feature about the L9 is the folding mechanism. It's really simple. You push down here, pull back, the whole stem unlocks, and as it comes down, you just pull that back with your hand, kicks into the deck, it's locked. So if you need to carry it away, pick it up and off you go. Now we've moved up the stem, we come to the control unit and the handlebars. Each one has a nice wide grip, very comfortable. On the left, we've got the rear brake. That's got a 2 or 3 finger lever, which is pretty comfortable, and it's always good to have that 2 or 3 so you can keep some fingers on the grip whilst you're braking. Gives you more control. As well as the display being LED lit, we've also got these very bright headlights. They turn on by a quick push on the power button. As you can see, they really light up the area. Coupled with the underlight and the rear light, you are going to be seen in the dark. As you can see on the display, you've got the battery gauge at the top here. When you have 5 of those, that's full, and they go down progressively. You've got the miles per hour. You've got the 3 ride modes. At the moment we're in eco, but it can go into sport or super sport mode with a double click of this. With a single click, as we said earlier, the light comes on. You can see the light tab there and turns off with another click. And then if you wanted to turn it off, you just hold down and the scooter powers down. Here we have the bell, standard on every scooter. This is a small one, very tinny little sound, but you can get all sorts of bells. Next to that, we have the throttle. It's a thumb throttle on the L9, so the harder you push, the faster you go. It's a nice spring back, so it's not sticky at all, very comfortable. I always prefer thumb throttles for accelerating because they're very easy to control. So this scooter has loads of great features. So after looking at the spec of the L9 in here and taking it out there, I want to give you a small summary, or my favourite features. The range. We rode it for about 2 hours and it still had over 50% battery left. That is incredible on a scooter of this size. The suspension. We were jumping off curbs, we went a bit off-roading. Some of the terrain we went through was really bumpy. It handled it really well. Not like one of the huge scooters, but it was very, very surprising how well it handled that terrain. The waterproofing. Now, we don't know, we haven't tested it over days and days, but we really put it through its paces. We went through deep, deep puddles, we got the whole thing soaked, and it was still performing perfectly at the end. So, from what we know, the waterproofing specification that they claim is true. Another feature that I really liked was the deck size. So for a relatively small scooter at 500 watts, the deck size was very comfortable for a man of my size, about 87 kilos, just under 6 feet. I found it very comfortable, but also for taller people or shorter people, I think it would be absolutely fine as well. Inmotion have designed this scooter to carry riders of up to 140 kilos, and that shows the quality of the products they've used and the design in a scooter of this size to be able to take that weight. Only slight downside for me is the top speed. 18.5 miles an hour, I love going fast, but for most people, that is definitely fast enough. Thank you for watching the review. I hope you found it interesting. If you've got anything you'd like to ask, obviously ask in the comments section. Like the video, subscribe to our channel. We're always putting out new content on electric bikes, electric scooters, electric skateboards, one wheels, all sorts of micro-mobility. So there's something for everyone on there. If you want to find out more about the product we've reviewed today or any of the other products that we do, go to www.rideandglide.co.uk and you will find loads of information on there. If you want to speak to anyone, give us a call, live chat us, send us an email. We are always available. The other thing, if you want to try anything out, come down to the shop. Everything that we review, we have in store for demo. So come down, have some fun. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.